Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.
And welcome back, everybody. Many of us, dare I say most of us, or all of us, at some point deal with some digestion issues, some gut issues as well, sometimes more than others. One of them is colitis. Affects many of us, has a number of different treatments or ways to relieve some of the symptoms. Have you thought about acupuncture? Yes, it supports that as well. We're going to learn about that and so much more. She is somebody who practices acupuncture in New York City, also harnesses the power of Chinese medicine and herbals. She's our professional of the year. Dr. Kelly is back with us. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good, Steve. How are you doing?
Very well, and refreshed to see that acupuncture can help with these issues as well. I guess we should start with defining essentially what colitis is. Can we do that?
Yes. So, I can talk about one of the case of my patients. So her case is she has like diarrhea and sometimes has constipation. And also sometimes she had some bloating. Her stomach very bloated and gassy. And sometimes she had blood, in the bowel movement.
Mm-hmm.
And, it's sometimes it's urgency. She had to go to the bathroom. It's not convenient. So she started to see me. Actually, I treated her just once. She said she got so much better, much less diarrhea, and everything just is so much better. She got more energy. Even she said before she is like really fatigued, very tired. So that's her case. So her case basically is like we call it a damp heat in the large intestine because, it's has the blood, it's like, and also has the urgency and also kind of like feel burning, somewhere over there.
Mm-hmm.
So her case is damp heat, but of course some people may have damp cold. So if people have damp cold, maybe they don't feel like burning sensation, but they're gonna also have diarrhea. Like some people may even have the we call it like early morning, like 5 a.m. They have to go to use the bathroom, but it's diarrhea. That can be also underlying of spleen and kidney yang deficiency because the yang qi cannot really hold it. But in general, colitis, the symptom is like diarrhea, like sometimes even constipation, but more usually they have like multiple diarrhea in a day.
Certainly that's not a good thing. And as we've identified in the past, going to the bathroom multiple times a day is okay, as long as it's a normal movement. Diarrhea is a different situation. So with this particular patient that you worked with after acupuncture, how soon did she see some kind of progress being made in the colitis?
Actually, it's pretty quick. So she came in last week. That was her first treatment. So I didn't even give her herb, just acupuncture. Then the next time she came in after 1 week, she already reported very positive. So that's basically almost like, right away kind
Wow.
of thing. Yeah, so that's pretty quick. I'm very happy.
What's actually going on and now you refer to cold and hot within our bodies, and you just did again. And also we've talked many times before about how in Chinese medicine, it's important to drink warm beverages. You always want to keep the inside of you warm in many different ways. What's going on here in terms of that temperature with somebody who has colitis?
Well, for the people who have damp heat, right? We call it like a damp heat in the large intestine. So in their large intestine, there's some dampness, there's some heat going on. That's why they, have the burning sensation, they have the multiple, bowel movement, and it's bloody. So the heat basically kind of like make the more bloody, make the burning sensation. But where your question may be where the heat from, right?
Right.
So the heat can be from, like for example, some people like to eat spicy food. Actually, spicy food can give people damp heat. That's for sure. But that's not only just one reason, one cause. It can be from like for example, some people they have a spleen deficiency. The spleen deficiency can give people dampness, but the dampness can also like flare up to damp heat. Like if they eat something like spicy, or if the people have like a lot of stress, the stress actually can from the liver qi stagnation change into like liver heat. And that heat can also get to large intestine, letting people have damp heat. And also some people like to eat a lot of greasy food,
Mm.
like cheese or, dairy or something. That can also give people damp heat.
Oh, you heard me. That's considered greasy? Oh my gosh. I guess it could be. There's oils and cheese and things like that. When you said greasy, I'm thinking of like fried foods and things like that. When you say damp, can we define that a little bit more?
So damp basically, if you think about the weather, right? If it's not raining, but it's kind of like cloudy, it's like, have the kind of like have the
And
moisture in
cold.
the
It's
air.
definitely when we say damp, it's got that cold feel to it.
Yeah, sometimes, especially in winter, you feel damp and cold, damp cold. So, spleen, like we talk about spleen a lot. Spleen is our star of the organ. So spleen function, transform, and transport. So when the spleen is deficiency, the function of transform is not in his peak. So then the fluid in our body cannot really, you know, transformed into, we call it 精液 in Chinese medicine, into the fluid our body can use. In that way, we have the dampness retention in our body. If the dampness in the large intestine, that's the damp, right? Damp heat or damp cold. And some people may even have like a little bit bigger belly. Like that's why sometimes I'm joking with my patients. If I see a patient kind of have a big belly, I kind of like, I don't think your spleen is very strong. They're like, how do you know? I'm like, just look at the figure. You can like know. Big
Wow.
belly, usually there's some dampness over there. So there, if you look at their tongue, usually their tongue has a teeth mark on the edge, on the side.
Mm.
Yeah.
Well, okay. So new territory we get into here. When we're talking about the spleen, and many of us, even as you get older, you have that the tire around the middle. Um, is that potentially some issues with the spleen?
I mean, if like not very big, or let's not that much. But if people have really have big belly, especially young people, like I have
Mm,
a lot of patients only like in their 20s,
mm,
but they can have a big belly. Like almost right away, this person's spleen is deficient. Because a young person have a big belly, because
mm.
if older people, you kind of like, oh, but for young people have big belly, for sure, spleen is deficient because the dampness, the accumulation in their body, so the spleen cannot really transform whatever we eat, so our body can use. Then there's some like accumulation returned in the belly. That's why they have big belly. So that's spleen. So spleen deficiency.
Now, that being said, are we talking about somebody that just has a belly that just extends out, or are we talking about fat deposits around the midsection, or both?
A little bit of both, but more about like, big belly, kind of like pregnant, but not.
Yeah. Okay. Gotcha. All right. Yeah. Yeah. Interesting. It is very interesting that you can see these things just by observation. Somebody's shape and then the tongue. And you're saying that if it's serrated, sort of like a knife a little bit, that's an indication that we might have a spleen challenge or deficiency.
Yeah, and usually also have bloating, gassing. That's a very typical sign of spleen deficiency. So, but I'm very happy. Most of my patients, almost all my patients, listen to me now. When I tell them, "Oh, your spleen is deficient, so please stop drinking cold water, stop eating the raw food, including salad," they listen. So yeah, I'm very happy. And after they change, and plus acupuncture, they do. Their body can, very, very fast to respond.
So I ask this question often, and I believe it's something that people think about, but where do you put the acupuncture needles in for somebody that has colitis?
So for this person, what I did, of course, because this person had damp heat, right? So I had relieved some heat. Like for example, on the arm, there is Li11 can clear the heat. So especially because Li channel, right? That is one of the point I chose. And next to it, I have another point to strengthen the metabolism, strengthen the digestion, also on the arm. And on the hand, I always use Li4, that's one to move the qi. It's interesting that all Li channel, all Li points, large intestine. And sometimes I also use some points on the stomach. So very interesting. Our stomach actually is very important. Stomach, spleen, all the organs are important. But I want to emphasize stomach and spleen because stomach and spleen, they're in the middle. So in Chinese medicine, we can like split our body into three parts. We call the upper jaw, middle jaw, and lower jaw. Upper jaw is lung and heart. Middle jaw is stomach, spleen. Lower jaw is like kidney and UB. So spleen and stomach is in the middle. So it's very, very important. So the qi is supposed to move in our body. So if the qi stuck in the middle, which means the qi cannot move from the top, from the upper jaw to the lower jaw. And then people may have like a headache, people may have like a bloating, people may have gassing, people may have like stomach pain, even want to like have the acid reflux, even like want to throw up. So stomach spleen, because it's in the middle, it can like connect the upper and the lower. It's so important. So sometimes I use some point just like in the front on the stomach, kind of just to move the qi down. In that way, if people have some qi stagnation or have some digestion problem or, sometimes we overeat. If we have the food stagnation sitting in the stomach, cannot move down, that point is really helpful. So a lot of times, like I needle people, then they go to the bathroom right away after treatment. So for constipation, acupuncture is so helpful, it's like right away.
Oh, that's a game changer for many of us. Wow. And a lot of challenges with people that don't go to the bathroom often or backed up, if you will, at some point. If you take something, you never know what it's going to be, typically. Sometimes it can cause gas, more bloating when you take something to clean you out. I would imagine acupuncture doesn't do that.
wow, acupuncture is like so effective for constipation. I needed so many patients. Every time right after treatment, they just run to bathroom. So if you have constipation, try acupuncture, 100%
I had
effective.
no idea. Wow. Wow. Are you saying, all right, somebody's a little backed up, or it happens somewhat frequently, and we've talked before about making sure you go to the bathroom at least once a day. And we've also mentioned there are some that wait a week or like 4 days or whatever, which isn't good because that material needs to leave your body. It's waste material. If somebody comes in to you, have digestion issues, constipation, how long after a session do you think that they might be in the bathroom?
So actually, most of my patients like go to bathroom right away. So right after the acupuncture treatment. So I wouldn't suggest anybody take the like a Western medicine, take a pill, laxative, to rely on it. Try acupuncture. It's healthy, it's no side effect, and is very effective. And also, after the qi starts to move, your body also gonna remember it. So the qi start to move, not gonna stuck anymore. I mean, there are multiple cause, for people who cannot use the bathroom. But one of the cause can be the qi just stagnate, cannot move. That's why, the when we do acupuncture, actually acupuncture is moving the qi, moving the blood, so help the body moving. That's why they're like, oh, before just the body just cannot have any energy to move. Now after acupuncture, they start to move, so they can do whatever they cannot do before anymore.
In a strange way, we're talking about movement, and that's what it's called when you go to the bathroom. But it almost sounds like the key here is keeping things moving. When there's issues with the chi in the blood, it sounds like things are not moving. You say stagnant blood. You have a shoulder issue. What is that? As I've learned from you, the blood is not moving. It's stagnant, and that creates the issue. Fundamentally here with acupuncture, are we talking about this is all about keeping things moving in your body, keeping things moving, blood, waste material, whatever it might be. Is that really the key with the chi?
Very good question, Steve. It's one of the important, component here for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Because like right now, a lot of people, right, sitting in front of the computer, especially people who work in a big company, whatever they're doing, bank or technology, they're sitting in front of the computer, they're basically not moving for about 8 hours, or sometimes even longer than 8 hours. So their qi is stagnant. That cause a lot of problem. The pain, they have neck pain, shoulder pain, lower back pain. They have, some people we talk about right bowel movement because the qi not moving. But acupuncture help you to move the qi. When you're doing acupuncture, your qi will be moved. So
Mm.
in that way, as long as the qi and the blood move, you're good. No, I mean, not totally. You may have other problem, but at least for the movement, it's not stagnant anymore. That's why people come in doing acupuncture after treatment, they feel so happy. They're like, I'm so relaxed.
It almost sounds like that those times where somebody goes to the gym and finally now they're moving their body and they feel much better because there is movement going on there. For somebody that has constipation challenges, they would see you, have a treatment, things will resolve. After time, does the constipation challenges with acupuncture eventually start going away, or are we talking they would have to come in for a treatment and that frees things up, and then back again another week and then another week? And that's not to say that there aren't other benefits from the treatment when they see you. We've talked about that before. It's not just let's say the constipation, but would it ever resolve on its own after a number of acupuncture treatments?
That's for sure. Yeah, because after I have a lot of patients, they first came in for very simple, like a pain or whatever. after maybe 1 or 2, I treated a young girl. She had lower back pain for many years. She's only 20 something. I treated her only once. Her pain went away totally. She's supposed to come back next week. She's like, Dr. Kelly, my pain went away totally. Do I need to come back? So I said, since your pain went away totally, you don't have to come back right away. But in general, I would still suggest you to come in just to maintain for the balance, right?
Right.
Because every day you work, every day you have stress, every day you sit in front of the computer for so long. Like sometimes we eat some junk food, sometimes we go to sleep late. So we need to adjust that balance back. Just, on your own, you can, like you mentioned, you can go to gym, have some movement. That's good. But sometimes going to gym, people can overdo it. Like they do the heavy lifting, they overdone it, then they can injure their muscle, their joints. Oh, like right now in a lot of gym, they either have the cold punch or they have the sauna. To be honest, either one is not very good. Cold punch is too cold. Sauna is too hot. That can cause a lot of problem. Like people, especially this winter, after people have a flu, they go to sauna every day. Like then they start coughing. I said, that's the dryness. You dry your lung. Your lung is too dry. So don't go to sauna, especially in the winter. Sauna is not good for you.
Well, that's very interesting because the sauna is warm. We just talked about always wanting to stay on the warm side as opposed to the cold side. But now what you're saying, especially in the winter, going in the sauna is going to dry you out.
Yes, I did mention about warm usually good, but I didn't say too hot. Remember Chinese medicine like to in the middle. We don't like too cold. We don't like too hot either. We like to in the middle, warm,
Okay.
but not too hot. The sauna is too hot. Especially you go there every day. You go there like every time stay over 50 minutes. That is too much. In Chinese medicine in the winter, we're supposed to store our energy. We're supposed to like rest, not like sweat a lot, crazy working out. That's not for winter. Summer, yes, do it, sweat. But the point is now in the summer, we have the AC. We don't sweat in the summer. And in the winter, we sweat because of the heater.
Wow. Well, in the winter, I'm storing fat like a bear.
Good. We're supposed to.
Okay, well, I'm going to go with that. Thank you for the insight today. Wow. Kelly121acupuncture.com is your website. You're located in New York City. Certainly for any kind of acupuncture treatments, you got to be in that region. And you have a lot of people that travel from neighboring states. It's very easy to access the city. But outside of that, Chinese medicine, consultation, herbals, and all of that you can do virtually and start at Kelly121acupuncture.com. Thank you so much for being here today. Learned a lot, Dr. Kelly, and even just clarified some things that I've been thinking along the way, and I appreciate it. We'll talk soon.
Okay, thank you, Steve.
Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.
Adopt US Kids presents Multiple Choice Parenting.
Your daughter just had her first breakup. Do you A, put yourself in her shoes?
How could he do this to you? And for Sheila, she has split ends.
B, console her?
Oh, sweetie, this is going to happen a lot. 4, maybe 5 more times before you get married.
C, take charge?
Got to get this all straightened out. Give a little talking to, man to man, mano a mano. Hey, Steve! Is now a good time? No? Okay, no problem. Bye.
Or D, help her find a new boyfriend?
I know a great place to meet boys. The internet. Nice, single boys. Never mind. How about some ice cream?
As a parent, there are no perfect answers. But you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
For more information on how you can adopt, visit adoptuskids.org. A public service announcement from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.